Welcome back to story time. Now, if you were with me on Wednesday, you will know that we started a story called Mike Mulligan and His Steam Shovel, written by Virginia Lee Burton. If you missed that one, you might want to go back to that one so that you can find out, hear the rest of it. So we're going to continue it now, okay? So where we left is where they just finished the first corner. Clang, clang, clang! The fire department arrived. They had seen the smoke and thought there was a fire. Then the little boy said, "Why don't you stay and watch?" So the fire department of Popperville stayed to watch Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. When they heard the fire engine, the children in the school across the street couldn't keep their eyes on their lessons. The teacher called a long recess, and the whole school came out to watch. That made Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dig still faster and still better. I wanted to take a moment here and explain to you why the fire department saw the smoke. If you ever have hot food and you see the little smoke rising off of it, that's steam. That's how Mary Ann works, is on steam made by hot fire. Okay? So, I just wanted to make sure you understood that. They finished the second corner, neat and square. But the sun was right up in the top of the sky. Now the girl who answers the telephone called up the next towns of Bangerville and Bopperville and Kipperville and Copperville and told them what was happening in Popperville. All the people came over to see if Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel could dig the cellar in just one day. The more people came, the faster Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dug. But they would have to hurry. They were only halfway through, and the sun was beginning to go down. They finished the third corner, neat and square. Never had Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann had so many people to watch them. Never had they dug so fast and so well. And never had the sun seemed to go down so fast. "Hurry, Mike Mulligan! Hurry! Hurry!" shouted the little boy. "There's not much more time." Dirt was flying everywhere, and the smoke and the steam were so thick that the people could hardly see anything. But listen! Bing! Bang! Crash! Slam! Louder and louder! Faster and faster! Then, suddenly, it was quiet. Slowly the dirt settled down. The smoke and steam cleared away, and there was the cellar, all finished. 4 corners, neat and square. 4 walls, straight down, and Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann at the bottom, and the sun was just going down behind the hill. "Hooray!" shouted the people. "Hooray for Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel! They have dug the cellar in just one day." Suddenly, the little boy said, "How are you going to get out?" "That's right," said Mrs. McGillicuddy to Henry B. Swap. "How is he going to get his steam shovel out?" Henry B. Swap didn't answer, but he smiled in rather a mean way. Then everybody said, "How are they going to get out? Hi, Mike Mulligan! How are you going to get your steam shovel out?" Mike Mulligan looked around at the 4 square corners and 4 square walls, and he said, "We've dug so fast that we've quite forgotten to leave a way out. Nothing like this has ever happened to Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann before, and they didn't know what to do. Nothing like this had ever happened before in Popperville. everybody started talking at once, and everybody had a different idea, and everybody thought that his idea was the best. They talked, and they talked, and they argued, and they fought till they were worn out, and still no one knew how to get Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann out of the cellar they had dug. Then Henry B. Swap said, "The job isn't finished because Mary Ann isn't out of the cellar, so Mike Mulligan won't get paid." And he smiled again in a rather mean way. Now the little boy, who had been keeping very quiet, had another good idea. He said, "Why couldn't we leave Mary Ann in the cellar and build a new town hall above her? Let her be the furnace for the new town hall, and let Mike Mulligan be the janitor. Then you wouldn't have to buy a new furnace, and we could pay Mike Mulligan for digging the cellar in just one day." "Why not?" said Henry B. Swap, and smiled in a way that was not quite so mean. "Why not?" said Mrs. McGillicuddy. "Why not?" said the town constable. "Why not?" said all the people. So they found a ladder and climbed down into the cellar to ask Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. "Why not?" said Mike Mulligan. So it was decided, and everybody was happy. They built the new town hall right over Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. It was finished before winter. Every day the little boy goes over to see Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann, and Mrs. McGillicuddy takes him nice hot apple pies. As for Henry B. Swap, he spends most of his time in the cellar of the new town hall listening to the stories that Mike Mulligan has to tell, and smiling in a way that isn't mean at all. Sounds like he and Mike became friends. Now, when you go to Popperville, be sure to go down in the cellar of the new town hall. There they'll be, Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. Mike in his rocking chair, smoking his pipe, and Mary Ann beside him, warming up the meetings in the new town hall. The end. What do you think? They actually finished it, and they came to a solution. That's what happens when you actually listen to each other and talk to each other. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to come back on Monday. Stories are all being posted on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by 3 p.m., 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time. So that's for the middle of the country. So who knows what we're going to read next time, but I hope it's exciting. Until then, bye.